going to continue AFC West week with the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos unfortunately finished last in the division last year. Yeah, I didn't do that with the Chargers. Chargers finished second in the AFC West. Didn't have a bad season, but I think they'll improve. Denver finished last after starting 3-1 in the first 4 weeks, and then went to their bye. They just had this epic collapse. Trevor Siemian was definitely exposed, and they got rid of him. And many other things. They decided to do some makeover. But hey, we're gonna break down the offense in this video, and I'll have a tribute to former wide receiver Dwight Clark, who unfortunately lost his battle with ALS, at the end of all 3 of these videos, which I'm going to do on the offense, defense, and final thoughts video. So to start with the offense last season was a severe disappointment. The quarterback problem really showed. Trevor Siemian was basically the starting quarterback for a majority of the season, and when they brought in Osweiler, it didn't get better; it got a lot worse. They still wanted to have Paxton Lynch to really develop into something, but he mostly got hurt, and it really impacted his development. But this time they got a new quarterback, someone that did pretty well in 2017 and got paid for it. They brought in Case Keenum, former Minnesota quarterback who actually had a surprising good season to the betterment of anyone. I really think he should have won Most Improved Player of the Year, but you know what? Bygones be bygones. They're hoping that he can at least be the starting quarterback for at least 2 seasons, I bet, since he only got a 2-year deal. And I think Elway really wants Paxton Lynch to really be the main guy, because they didn't draft a quarterback, at least to the best of my knowledge. They did bring in someone, Nick Stevens, a rookie, but I don't think he's going to really turn into something. And of course, they also have Chad Kelly, who they drafted last year as Mr. Irrelevant. I guess they're also trying to see if there's anything. He didn't really do much, considering he was battling a torn ACL injury, and yeah, they're also hoping he can step up. The quarterback position is definitely something to look at. They're hoping Case Keenum can continue his 2017 hot streak into 2018 and really improves. And and they basically got rid of 2 of the 3 quarterbacks that struggled last year. They got rid of Siemian, they traded him to Minnesota, and Osweiler's gone. I think that's a mistake that LA wish he could definitely forget. At running back, they got rid of CJ Anderson. I think they finally had enough of him. He's on a different team. I'm forgetting where he's at. I think he's on the I want to say he's on the Panthers. I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. But hey, if I am right or wrong, please show it in the comments. So it's going to be probably a 2-headed monster with Devontae Booker, who they drafted in 2015, or was it 2016, and recent drafted running back Royce Freeman out of Oregon. I think he was drafted in the 4th round. Very sure. And this is definitely going to be something interesting. I think it's going to be a 50-50 split between Freeman and Booker. I mean, Freeman could probably be the main back. He was pretty good at Oregon. I think he might continue that streak there. He might. Another back. I think they did bring another back in. Yeah, here I am flipping through papers like I'm Rush Limbaugh. They got some guys they want to look at. Phil Lindsay, they drafted from Colorado. D'Angelo Henderson, some running backs. But yeah, they're definitely looking at all these different backs, seeing which one can stick. They're basically throwing it and see. We'll see. Now, the wide receiving core is going to receive probably some major turnover. Still, your regular stars are Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, and they drafted in the 2nd round Cortland Sutton. That's a very interesting pick. I feel like he's close. He's closer to Des Bryant. He might play outside a lot more, maybe some slot. But it's really going to be. I think it's going to send a message to both Sanders and and Thomas. Both those players are reaching the age of 30. They have they both have high cap number. I don't think they're going to cut him necessarily. I think they're still looking for trade partners for both those wide receivers because they got young wide receivers they want to showcase. They also drafted Deshaun Hamilton in the 4th round. That's a wide receiver they also want to try and get some. They want to try and show off. And they also have Carlos Henderson, who they drafted last season in the 3rd round that they might get in. So they're probably going to. They do. I feel like they want to show off these young wide receivers off, and probably get either Paxton Lynch playing, Case Keenum to probably hold down a job for a few, and if or even Chad Kelly. And if Kelly or Lynch doesn't develop well, they'll probably draft a quarterback in 2019. I just feel like this is Elway's calling the shots. He's the one that said, no, we're not giving up on Lynch just yet. Give him one more shot. I feel like that's the overall message on that team. It's either Elway or no. Their offensive line was definitely a problem. I think it struggled to really get some run blocking going as well as some pass protection. So they brought in Jeff Valdir, who was on the Cardinals for the past few seasons. I think he's going to play right tackle, take Malik Watson's spot, and Watson's probably going to be on the chopping block or probably demoted to the 6th lineman. Garrett Bowles, who they drafted last year, even though he's at age 26, I think he's still got a little room for improvement. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. He was perfectly above average. They definitely want to see this offensive line really improve. This was a big problem. An offensive guard was also a bit of a problem. Leary still played well. Their center, Matt Paradis, also did pretty well. But I feel like there's going to be an Owen position at one of the guard positions. I think Connor McGovern, Max Garcia, maybe even one of the players they drafted, Sam Jones, will probably compete for that spot. It's going to be an open position, I think, for whatever guard they line Max Garcia up. I think it's probably right guard or left guard, doesn't matter. But this is this is going to be a real enigma for this offense. It all lives and dies with their quarterback. If Hamilton can play if Keenum can play well, if he continues that hot streak where he throws for 20+ touchdowns, and let's be a little realistic, he's probably not going to throw for less than 10 interceptions. He's probably going to throw maybe 11, 12, which if his touchdowns are probably it's 26-12 ratio, that's not bad. That's not bad. They'll live with that. I think they'll have a definite improved year, but the main goal of this offense is that they have to give their defense a break. I think that was one of the major problems that Denver defense, still great. They were just constantly on the field. They weren't getting off, and because the offense couldn't really do anything. They couldn't move the ball down the field. They really couldn't produce touchdowns. They struggled immensely. The quarterbacks were basically throwing turnovers left and right, getting sacked constantly. That's not what they want. That's not what this defense needs. They need some time to have a break every now and then. And I think this offense has improved just enough to where it'll be middle of the road. I think they need a better quarterback. I'm not entirely sold on Case Keenum being this great quarterback or even the answer. I don't think Elway sees that he wants one of these young quarterbacks to step up. He wants either Kelly or Lynch to step up and beat out Case Keenum. It's a quiet quarterback battle because it does feel like there's a clear winner here. But he wants these young quarterbacks to step up and play very well. And next video, we're going to talk about their defense and how they just kept getting rich on that defense.